Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sunfall Cycle.
Whoa!
Wow. That was a great firecracker to open on, though.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Hey. Happy New Year!
Oh,
I just want to tell
am I
everyone
echoing?
that if you've never watched this show before, if you don't know what this show is, I don't know how you would ever figure it out, because looking at this screen, I'm going to transition really quickly. If you were like, what is this show? What would you say is going on? What is this show? What would you say? Do we have an echo now?
I think I had.
What?
I think I had the stream open.
Here's the thing. Now that I hear what I sound like, I'm embarrassed for all of us.
I
Why
heard
is this?
Happy New Year, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
Why
I think
is
that was
this?
me.
I'm
I think I fixed it though.
How dare you make us examine ourselves?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. All right. All I'm saying is, what is this show that we are doing? Look at this: a T-Rex, a dwarf, an orc, and a two-headed crow walking into the moon, and I just don't know what is happening.
You need to move a little bit over to the left there, Jesse, and see what's going on with the planet.
Oh, that's that's right. That's right. Here we go. I'll just shrink this all down for everyone.
Perfect.
I had fun.
You know, if this is our little story that we have. This little story we put together. Just a little fun story we put together. I can't. If you had to explain this to anyone, I don't know that you could. I don't know that.
Guess not knowing. Yeah.
Well, have I told you about Glurmies?
I think we're gonna have to start with crystals that you put up your butt.
Right.
We're back on Crystal.
Like all good stories.
Well, if we're really talking about the historicity of the Sunfall Cycle, you know, like 20 years from now when they do like, where are they now? Like, let's talk about how this all began. Way back in the glory days of the first episode of the Sunfall Cycle. Yeah, they're going to have to start from the very beginning.
I don't know why you keep saying they. It's obviously going to be us doing it on this show.
Well, yeah, of course.
Who are we?
How did this start?
Where are we now?
I can't believe in 2053 this show is still going. Where did it start from?
Finally,
Now that we're all in VR.
To head for the king's tower, Astafon greets you. He says,
I don't know.
now I shall banish you into the past.
And Eric will look exactly the same.
I hope so. That would be the dream.
I'll be 90% robot. I'm very excited.
Although I would like our 20-year reunion to be hosted by Jonathan Frakes.
But like his head in a jar.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That was wrong. We made that one up.
Absolute
What?
fiction.
The
Listen,
longevity of this show. It's gonna
I'm
go
just
forever.
here so I don't get fined. Okay. By Jesse
Fined for what?
for not
Because he
laughing
thinks
at
you're
your
fine
jokes.
enough.
What?
Eric, you stole my thunder, but I'm so proud of you. You knew where I was going. You knew what was coming. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, buddy. Yeah.
I learned from the best. I'm your understudy.
Thank you.
Understudy in what? Fuckboyisms?
Yeah, obviously.
Infoboism is what we call it.
Oh, sorry.
Of the
Boys.
boys.
The CK is silent.
Right.
Fuckboyism.
Infoboism.
Just like, oh God, I'm not gonna start that. I was like, just like parlor is not.
It's
There's
parlay.
gotta be one of them who's just like, yeah, I use parlay every day to fight democracy. I don't know what they're doing on there. I
Parlay.
don't know what they're doing on there.
All right.
Parlay.
Sunfall Cycle social media app called Parlay, Parlay. Except everybody has to talk in pirate voice.
Done. That's our social media.
And every day, like 1% of the user base gets given like gold coins or whatever that they can hand out to people. And the daily social media game is that you're parlaying to receive the gold from as many people as you can.
Unless you're a good
that's
pirate.
a wonderful idea, but the only thing in my head right now is there has got to be a subreddit where people only talk like pirates and they start every post with "arr," right? That's
Back
gotta
when
be
they
a
used
thing.
to have Facebook, I feel like they had a day where the entire website would just be in
Pirate Day.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Conquered Pirate Day.
Yeah.
September
Oh,
19th.
Yeah.
About that.
So it would just be that, except all
You're
the
right.
time.
That sounds
right?
terrible.
Yeah.
It does.
I
I'm
don't
not gonna lie,
know.
it does sound terrible.
I don't know if that sounds better or worse than parlay. Parlor.
Chat, you suck.
Probably not as bad.
Chat's the worst.
What did chat do?
They go r/r/r/r/r/r. Boo! Boo!
Oh, that's great. No boo. I love it.
All right, I'm handing this over to the boss. Take us away on an adventure. Do your thing. We started late.
Is
so
the
it's
boss
you.
Brit because it's her birthday?
I assumed it was.
It's not my birthday.
Didn't it just pass?
Oh yeah,
It was
my
great.
birthday was on the 27th. Thanks for remembering. Though.
Yeah.
This is the first episode.
I know, because I was gonna wish you a
First
happy
birthday.
birthday, and then we canceled the episode.
That's okay.
I
I
won't
had a
say
great
because of
birthday.
who, but I'll just say it rhymes with schmessy.
I thought it was. I thought it
You didn't even go with messy. You went with schmessy.
Why was it because of me?
Messy Mox.
Betsy Mox.
Messy Mox is a Borderlands
Mox.
character.
You have to do drag now, and your
Messy
character
Mox is
has to
lives
be
in-
Messy Mox.
Yeah.
And
lives-
she needs
she
to
lives
be
in
a
the
fabulous
Borderlands.
woman with like a giant cigarette holder just dripping in diamonds, and her name
Cigarette
has to
holder
be.
with
And you can use
Alright.
that voice you already have that you
Oh,
messy
hello.
time.
Yeah,
Hello there,
Messy
fellas.
Mox. And she's always
Messy
drunk.
Mox. Oh my god. I can't even. Have you seen my diamonds? They sparkle in the night.
You'd be so good, Jess.
You would be a great drag performer.
I want to like.
Whoa.
We gotta do it.
I first off, I'm aware. Please. Please. We've shown on this show, I think. I was an amazing lunch lady. I was May from Overwatch. I'm very good. I can do drag. I'm very good. Y'all,
When the drag clubs open up, I'll do drag too, and we can do a duet. And
as
perform.
long as the song is I forgot the name of it. Getting old sucks. You know, I was gonna say "In the End" by Linkin Park. Is as long
Oh my
as,
god. Yes.
as long as that's the song we sing together. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm down. That's perfect. I love it.
We went
Does
to a-
start with one thing.
we
I'm
went to
just
a
gonna
burlesque
show up and
show.
drink bottomless mimosas.
I need you to be
Yeah.
there, Jess. You need to be in the front row. Getting
Yeah.
everyone else
Britt,
to
you
cheer
can
for
you
We'll
can
be
do
your
the
hype
rap
section.
part. Britt, you can be the
Okay,
rap part
I'll
of the
do
song.
We'll come
rap
down.
part.
It starts with one thing. I don't know. I just want to see you do that. I would be on stage with you for that. Yeah.
I would want to do that. Yeah, I need to find the right tone for that.
No, just go. Just do it. There is no tone.
No,
The
we have
tone
to
is-
do
Starts
it
with
right.
one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I try.
Wow.
That way? You told me not to prepare.
Yeah, just don't
That's not
prepare.
you.
Just
Do it.
from your soul.
Do it with a little bit more of a posh British accent, and you got it.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. Doesn't even matter how hard I try.
Wow.
It's actually really good.
Thank you.
I can see
England
you
is your
somewhere in
city.
somewhere in a field.
I love that so much.
My favorite European city is England. Love going there this summer. It's my favorite. No, but thank you, Bronze. I had a great birthday.
Yeah.
My friend baked me a weed oil birthday cake, and we played Mario Party for 4 hours.
And it was my fault we didn't have an episode. Come on now. It's rude.
It wasn't on my birthday was on a Sunday, so
I
was
don't
fully
remember
recovered.
wose fault it was. I just
You
blamed
bl-
you because it was
Doesn't matter.
convenient.
You know what? I am very convenient. Convenient lover. You gotta hold.
I feel like doing a commercial for
That's
Jessie.
it. That's
When I think of convenience, I think of Jesse's con.
Hey, it's there when you need it.
I I think of Messy Mox's Jesse Cox's.
Quick and easy.
No fuss, no muss.
No fuss, no muss is my favorite penis review.
No muss.
No fuss, no muss. Gets the
How
job
was he?
done.
No fuss, no
No.
muss.
No muss.
What can I say?
What if yes fuss, no muss?
A lot of fuss, but no muss.
No muss.
Open 24 hours.
Yeah,
Delivery
it's-
available.
Oh,
Socially
man.
distanced lovings for the girl on the go.
socially distanced.
Socially distanced.
Buy one. Get
I'll be
one
over
free.
here. Just shout if you need me.
Discount bargain.
Weren't we gonna start or something?
I tried. I tried.
We were waiting for the boss, so Bronze, take it away.
How am I
Oh,
the
I'm the
boss?
boss.
You're the
Oh!
boss.
Not Tony Danza.
Who is the boss? That's a great question.
Dan's is nobody's boss. Not
Tony Danza.
I just want to cut to Tony Danza like, oh.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh.
We're slowly isolating all of our viewers. First, we lost Gwyneth Paltrow. Now we're going to lose Tony Danza. Who else did we lose last week? I think we dragged what's-his-face? Steve Miller band guy. I don't even know. I think we
Lead singer of
dragged him.
Aerosmith.
Steven
We
Tyler?
dragged a lot of people on this show.
We have not dragged Steve Tyler.
We have not. Yes.
We'll get on it. We'll get on it.
What? Steve Tyler? It sounds like you used to like play poker with him.
Listen, our
That is a very college
celebrity
roommate name.
viewers are
I love
dwindling.
it.
You know?
No, it's just Steve.
Steve, it's just Steve to me.
It's just Steve. we haven't dragged Steve yet.
Living it up, wanna go down.
Steve is who's gonna play King Astafon in our finale.
Oh my god.
No,
Actually,
Steven
that
Tyler
would work
plays
okay.
Melissa's physical form.
He just has a really big mouth.
Steven Tyler plays Melissa when she gets
You're
her skin
doing
back.
already. You said you weren't gonna drag him. You're already dragging him.
That's drag. God, wow, judgy.
One man's drag is another man's compliment, Bronze.
Presenting Messy Mox.
Now all I can think about is
Drag
Steven
is
Tyler.
Another man's compliment. That should be Messy Mox. Oh God, we're geniuses.
Oh, yeah.
Geniuses.
Oh, sign us up,
Welcome
Melissa.
to 2021, a year that I'm sure none of us ever expected to see in our lives. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my god.
January
So,
January 1st, you wake up on the moon. Hello. It's so good to see you.
Oh no. I would walk out
New
into the
game
stars.
console.
I'd be like, F it.
2020 plus.
So, the last time we saw this motley crew of 4 sundry adventurers, you were having a feast with Saloon and Leander and Deether and Tim, and it was a lovely feast. And you all tucked yourselves into bed and went to sleep. And when you woke up, you were lying on the grasses of the moon, and Saloon exclaimed sonorously, "Welcome! It's so good to see you." Now, I believe that Bronze Aya is still wearing this luxurious black cape, and
It didn't disappear.
Marshmallow is still wearing a little tiny Father Vinternacht hat with a Cthulhu tentacle beard.
Mm-hmm.
Kairos still has the banner that he gained, and Jesse still, or Sarek still has a beautiful Father Vinternacht coat with fanciful embroidery.
Jesse has one too, if you want to see it.
I do.
Remind me to get it next time.
Is
Remind
that
me
a
to go
promise?
order it so this joke pays off.
And of course, and Kara still remembers how to transform into the jackalope and has a pleasant jackalope plushie tucked into her backpack. So last time we played, when it wasn't the holiday special, you had made your way through this disgusting cavernous cadaver, up into what maybe is the bowels of the depths below the palace of Astafon. You slaughtered a pair of gentlemen who were most agreeably maintaining a ritual, accessing the space into this cavernous cadaver.
I forget why we killed them.
It's because you discovered that their magics were suppressing the magic of the Sunfire Brazier.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Light the brazier while the ritual was happening. So you in fact yourself, I
started blasting. Yeah.
Shotgun them.
And we took care of that problem. You ignited the brazier, and then you proceeded forwards into the like up the ladder and into the rafters of this worship hall next door. At
Jesse,
which
you
point,
good?
one of you shouted.
I just keep thinking like there's a lot of moments in in this show where it's just like, yeah, I don't know why we did that, and everyone's like, well, you see, Bronze, you killed them last time. And you're like, I can't remember why they're dead. Well, you see, you killed them. It happens so frequently. It made
does.
me laugh.
No, you're right. It does. You know, what happens under the influence of arcane flux kind of stays under the influence of arcane flux, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. Just keeping us safe.
Yep. And one of you shouted down to Father Tavernius, and then all of the worshippers in the hall swarmed you and murdered you. And that's
But we now know that it's Father Tavernius.
Yes.
He did respond to that name. So now you know something that you didn't know. So you awaken on the moon with all of your fanciful Feast of Winter Veil gear. And here we are. Everything is back to normal. Maine is poking his multiple beaks out of the hole in the great tree, and the forge is burning hot. Saloon sits on a petrified log near the pristine lake, etc. What?
Where's Melissa's on the moon, right?
No, Melissa.
Or no, she's gone. I keep
is
the
still
witch,
in.
thing.
She's still in the forest camp. In the like treetop camp where the witch is. Now, just to remind you, quite a while back, Iramon the Grey said that she needed two things in order to really begin an attempt at constructing a new planar scope. She needed the scope housing from the planar scope in the spires of the castle, and she also needed Alazar's last theorem, which is said to be housed in the libraries deep beneath the castle itself. So given that now your return is restricted to the last Sunfire Brazier you lit, and you will be returning into the depths of the castle, which you have not yet explored, convenient objective, perhaps. Either find a Darkling mirror that will let you teleport around, or find the book Alazar's Last Theorem.
Oh, it is a book. Okay.
Or find your way up to the spires in order to get the housing, the scope housing.
It sounds like we're going in two different directions, based on what we choose. So, I mean, it looks like we're doing one of these things.
I mean, does it make sense to go to the Sunfire Brazier and explore the castle and look for the Darkling mirror to transport around?
Are you asking if I want to kill every one of those worshippers? Yes. Every last one.
I mean, we could probably sneak past the worshippers
It's not like
When you
stick
say
to
we,
plans
you mean
anyways.
the three of us, and then then Aya.
No, I won't be able to sneak past them.
Oh, that's right. Kairos is terrible too. One of us will sneak past.
Or we do what we usually do, is just engage in buffoonery, create some type of diversion.
I could just cast.
That sounds
Pass
like
Without
us.
Trace too, and just sneak us by.
Oh, there we
I
go.
think the biggest thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Steven, doesn't it put us out on top of these Dark Souls-esque rafters on top of the church?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the main role is probably going to be to not bust our ass and fall fall down into the congregation, which has the amount of fights that happened to me on those rafters. If I ever found any of you,
Are we talking Dark
IRL,
Souls 1?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? In that church area,
Yeah, in the
rafters,
city.
and always some fuckboy would be like, invade, and I'm like, this is chicanery. But they also would usually end up fumbling and falling, like while trying to kill me, because I'm just trying to stay on the rafters, and they're trying to kill me, and they would usually fall and die, and I'd be like,
All right.
Humanity restored.
yeah, those. Okay, continue. Sorry. Isn't it on rafters though? Isn't it very Orlando-esque?
I don't really remember this very well. I
How dare
probably
you.
came up with this independently.
How dare you? How dare you? Yes, there
I'm
were
a very
rafters.
original designer.
What? Am I crazy? Wasn't there rafters?
Convergent
There was.
evolution.
There
yeah,
was.
totally. Yeah, and like in all of these games, there's like, oh,
Yeah.
you go into the castle. Now you're walking along the rafters.
I mean, every Souls game is like narrow platform simulator.
Yeah. That and Poison Swamp.
Yeah.
Moonlight Greatsword. Berserk reference.
All right.
Okay.
So I think as far as like our objectives go, I think doing the book for Alazar's Last Theorem is probably the best thing to do. But we don't really like follow plans anyways, so
You
How
were
do
part
we-
of that,
bitter.
though.
What's the best way to get there?
Yeah, wow.
the best way to get there isn't
Is there a brazier like in the tower?
okay, so are we in the place like roughly speaking where this should be located? Like, we
Once
came
again,
through
So like you're
versus
in a
cave.
place that you don't know. You step through this cadaverous cavern up into this seemingly underground worship space. And then you destroyed the portal back into the cavern, and also therefore the portal getting you to this location. And then you lit a brazier. So the next time you go out, you will always spawn at the brazier in that room with the scaffold. Next.
But we don't know what it is. Okay.
But you don't know what is out there.
Then let's go
And you
explore.
can't get to anywhere else.
Let's
So here we
go.
go.
So let's explore. Let's stock up and provision for what we need.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm carrying a lot of gold.
We
Wow,
need
that's
to
a lot of
carry
gold.
this gold everywhere. Can I just dump my gold in my little garden?
I'll
Does
take
anybody
your
need
gold.
anything?
For what it's worth, like carrying the gold with you
To be
in
folded.
conference rules that we're using that I made up.
Non-physical
It doesn't really
damage.
matter, right?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So if you tell me that you put your gold in the garden on the moon, I'll be like, awesome, you've still got that amount of gold.
No, I'll carry
Yeah.
it around.
How much arcane flux do we have? 36. Okay. That's a
We
lot.
go to Maine?
I'm looking at what we
Oh, do we
have
have it up? Oh,
available
it's right
from
there, I see.
Deether's
Yeah.
stuff. The thing that entices me is the Shard of Elemental Attunement. It basically will turn the non-physical damage of someone's weapon into another elemental type. Right now, Jesse and Mai's magic weapons do cold damage. I think if Jesse's damage was something different, because Jesse gets like 2d6 or whatever, and I only get like 1d6.
Yeah, and my staff does poison. But I don't really
Ooh.
need, unless you want me to
Wait,
do
wait,
like,
but how much
psychic
poison-
damage
Yeah, I mean,
or something like we
mind
could pick some
snakes?
weird fucking thing. Yeah, because it does 1d6 plus 2 plus 3d6 poison.
yeah, I mean, like being able to turn that from poison, which is like undead or immune to something that's not immune to,
Is that a
not undead
permanent
immune.
change?
Yes, it's a permanent change.
I'd be willing to.
But I mean, if you guys think that your weapons will
It takes
be
all our
better
flex,
for
though.
that, I'm just saying. I'm down for whoever's. I'm just putting it out there.
We only have 20 arcane flux.
We have 36, so we couldn't get anything else as far as we can't get anything else from the experiments, anyways.
So my question for you
Just a-
then is: are you saying you would like to take it and equip it
No.
to your weapon, or you want it on mine?
I was saying it's yours, but I forgot about Snake Whip, and Snake Whip might be even better. The idea here is that like we have
How
we have
often
weapons
is
that do magic
used?
damage.
Right? Like, how often is the poison used?
Yeah, because are you talking about putting it on like your arrows, Jesse?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
doesn't your longbow do additional cold damage?
It does. It does.
Okay.
What
Yeah,
I'm-
we should put it on his then, probably.
What I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to the point of is like what element is what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh.
Because I
I
think
mean,
bronze
force
says
would-
necrotic, right?
all right, from a metagame perspective, the best one is force because nothing's resistant to force except for like if someone. I think you can cast like shield or something and that technically stops force damage.
From a metagame perspective, what does force do?
Like force is like gravity. Like I don't know. It's just it's
Right, but
basically
like,
if
untyped.
I hit
Blast
you
It's
with it,
the
Yeah.
force, Jesse.
but
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
It's just
midichlorian
damage
based.
that's harder to mitigate. Like so,
Force
nothing
is
takes
purple
double
punch.
damage from it.
Yeah.
Nothing takes
Say
half
purple
damage from
punch?
it. It's just
Yeah.
very reliable damage. So you don't have to worry about, like those things we fought where they were basically immune to your frost damage, like
Yeah,
on the spear. They would take full damage from force because they were
Yeah.
taking full damage from my Eldritch Blasts.
Like those weird antibody things. Like they were immune to cold, which meant both of our magic damage stuff didn't fire.
Whereas
I think they might have been
mine
immune to poison
was
too.
like-
it was just bad. Maybe
yeah,
they weren't. I
Force
don't remember
damage
that part.
is pretty great.
but the let me just be a smarty cheater.
But
here.
I would assume that the poison damage would still require the con save.
Are you talking
from the
like
snake whip,
narratively
or like
what the
whatever
hell it
damage it
is?
is still requires the save?
Yeah,
No,
so
no.
like all of the other aspects other than
Yeah.
the damage type will remain the same. So for example, Jesse's longbow, not only does it deal 1d6 extra cold damage, but also it causes a saving throw or be slowed by 50%.
Right.
Brit's Staff of the Adder deals poison damage, but only if they fail a Constitution saving throw. So the con save will stay the same, the snaring will stay the same, all that.
Oh, so it wouldn't
Okay.
work then.
My the reason why I was asking all this is because I was being a cheater, bow beater, and was down here looking at the stats of like the last rolls, and I'll do like I'll attack and hit for 7 piercing and 4 cold, and then do a ton of damage under sneak attack. But on the rolls that you were rolling, Eric, you had things like 4 piercing, 6 cold. So your elemental thing was doing more damage, and I wonder if it might be better that you take force, because then you have reliable extra stuff.
I appreciate that, but
I mean, I'll take
I
it.
think-
I don't
I think
mind
you
being
doing
even
more-
more strong.
look,
Please.
look, the winning strategy is to take the thing that's winning and put more eggs into that one basket. Right?
Sorry, well,
like
I'm sorry,
maximize the thing that works.
What are we trying
You
to say
don't play
here?
Magic the Gathering.
You do a lot of damage.
What are we trying to say here? That I'm
You
the
do
most
a lot of
powerful
key
member of the
damage.
team?
You're a great player.
You do a lot of damage.
Hold on, what are we saying?
Wait, no,
Oh,
that's
boy.
What?
okay.
What are we trying to say? That
I
Yeah,
I'm
just
the
no,
most
have to
that's-
powerful?
say that's not like as a Magic the Gathering player. When you throw all your enchantments or boofs or counters on one card, all they have to do is pacify that one card, and you're done. And if you don't think that this steak knife bagel man will do something where they just knock Jesse out, and then the rest of us are sitting there trying to res him, and he pops up with 3 hit points and gets bopped again. He's done it before, and he'll do it again.
Okay. All right.
I just think that my overall damage doesn't come from my elemental stuff. That is like a very small part of what I do.
Yeah.
At least rolls wise. So I feel like the elemental bit should be given to someone. Like, I do a ton of damage. That just is free damage.
Then if it's between me and so sorry, like I asked that part of the conversation because you already do force damage with your Eldritch Blast, and it's not really you can't really attune
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
no, it's
But,
I'm not saying that like we should give it to me. No. I'm more saying it like if
Yeah.
I think everybody should, like, Jesse already does a crap ton of damage. So when Jesse goes down and I'm out of spell slots, historically, our boss fights have come to a crawling halt. We're very aggro, I feel like. We'll do a crap ton of damage in the first 2 rounds. Even that fight we had with the whale boss when that lady beat the brakes off of us, our damage tapers off rapidly. So I think it's good to have reliable or sustainable damage in everybody's kit. I mean, I guess is the argument I'm making.
Bronze is right. At a certain point, most of our fights devolve into Aya's out of slots, and we're totally like, oh no, what do we do there? I'm dead. And it turns into Brit has to become a dinosaur or some sort of tank and soak damage while everyone tries to get Kairos back up. Like, we got to get Kairos up.
All right, so then are we just not buying it? Is the answer that we're not?
I'm not saying we shouldn't buy it. I'm saying you are just as good of a candidate as Sark is what I'm trying to say. Or Brit, either way.
I don't think I should take it because I usually transform and I can't use it unless I'm in human form, so it's kind of limited. So I try to use it only when I'm out of wild shape or if we're in like hand-to-hand combat and we don't need a tank to take like 150 damage, which we usually do. And Eric uses a spear all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I also think, and Steven, correct me if I'm wrong,
the
poison damage wouldn't convert because that's after a con save. It would just be the base damage, right?
So the damage type, the poison damage, would convert.
But okay.
It'll be gated after a con save. So it'd be you make a con save and then you take 3d8 fire damage or, whatever is chosen. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
It seems like it's like we've got Jesse who deals 1d6 frost damage, which he does every turn, but it's a small portion of his total damage. We've got Kairos, who how much frost damage do you do, Kairos?
I only do 1d6.
Okay, so
but I attack twice.
But you attack twice and you do it every turn, and also that's like the majority of your damage is that damage. Right?
Making my sun spirit instead of doing like the cold part of the sun actually do radiant damage sounds pretty sick though.
There.
Well, and also like at the both of you doing cold damage sucked last round because both of y'all's damage was like negated. That's
really why that's where I started the conversation.
Yeah. And then the other option is really the staff of the adder, which isn't used often, but is a big hit when it hits, unless the creature is immune to poison damage, in which case it's just like, well, that's done. So
okay, well
these are like the big real options that.
All right, you all have rhetorically jujitsu'd me into taking even more of the items and magic and things available in this game.
I mean, that's what it's there
all right.
for.
Okay, you win.
Yeah.
I tap out.
It's yours, Eric.
All right, cool. We'll burn 20 flux. Deether, I hand over my spear to Deether.
Bagel man in all caps.
I hand my spear over to Deether and I say, "Good friend, Deether, I come to you hoping to attune this spear that served me and our group so well. I ask you to attune it so it will strike no longer with the cold sun heat damage, but more of a bright, radiant, pure damage."
Yeah, he looks at you and nods and says, "Aye, the damage of the gods. It will be done." And, he grabs your spear and he grabs this shard of elemental attunement and he thrusts them both into the fires of Tim, who rages up. Pulls them out. They're both glowing with the heat of the forge and starts hammering this shard into the tip of your spear. Quenches it a number of times in various liquids and hands it back to you. And all of the blue shining runes inscribed on the head of the spear now are shining with a bright, brilliant, radiant light.
Shing.
Your spear has been reforged.
Hell yeah.
As you finish this, Deether turns to you and he gestures to the other experiments off to the side, this ring of the ram and the radiant strike gem. And he says, "I am not so pressed for material as I used to be. If you like, I can reserve one of these choices for you to peruse at a future time when you might be able to provide me with adequate recompense."
The Radiant Strike gem does seem like a cool one.
Can be folded into an existing ranged weapon. When you hit with a ranged attack, a pillar of radiant fire strikes your target and anyone within 5 feet of them, dealing 2d6 radiant damage, half on a successful wisdom save.
That just seems dangerous to me. Like, all y'all, we have 2 people that will be in range at almost all times.
Yeah.
But, it could be fun to set them on fire. Like,
Do you want to re-roll all the options, I guess is what I'm asking?
Yeah. I say we re-roll it all.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, Deether nods. Was there anything else that you wanted to buy from Deether or stock up from Maine?
I did want to look at main spell icons and probably grab a Shard of Fury and stuff like that.
Man.
Yeah, I might get a moon shard.
Although the Ring of the Ram, expending those random charges to break something could be pretty cool and really ruin Steven's plans in some way. That's one of those items that can totally just solve
I've
a problem
already
unintended
filed that away for future use because the Ring of the Ram basically does the exact same thing as my Eldritch Blast. So I will definitely be making a case that maybe once in a while my Eldritch Blast, double shotgun blast, should be able to break something.
And I'm going to be like,
damage.
You had the chance to buy the Ring of the Ram.
What? But it doesn't make sense for me to get the Ring of the Ram. It does what I do normally. I've already be doing that, Steven. I already be doing 2d10 force damage.
Sorry, what's that
and
voice?
pushing them back. I'm already doing it.
Stephen,
I'm already doing it.
You don't do
Steven.
Stephen.
Okay, Steven, I'm just
Stephen.
Come on.
Come on, Stephen.
Just hear me out.
I'll give you one of my
Is that Bart
Pokemon
Simpson?
cards if you just let me do
I don't
it.
know.
Come on,
Give you one of my Pokemon
me out, man.
cards.
Hear me out, man.
I think this voice it's a character I do, but it's also like me when I was a kid because I had a really deep voice and I was kind of nasally.
All of our
Waka
characters
Waka
are us
Ninja
when we were
Turtles.
kids. When I was a kid, I went around talking like this.
No, you did not. No, you didn't.
When I was a baby, this is how I talked.
When I was a
Mommy,
baby.
I desire a glass of milk.
Mommy.
Mother.
So you were all Sashomaru.
That just reminds me of the Chris Farley skit.
Took a second.
Yeah, you were all Sashomaru.
Bobby.
No. All of these Inuyasha fans in here today.
I don't know what an Inuyasha
Okay, I want a
is.
moon shard of healing.
Awesome.
I'm
That's
buying
like
one.
50 gold or something.
Yeah.
But you're a weeb.
Nope. I'm a otaku.
Whoa.
I don't know what that is. I'm playing with things I don't know. I'm
Audibly adjusts glasses.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, these moon shards of healing. They cost 50 gold pieces. Cool.
Imagine Jesse takes his glasses off and blows on them and then makes little hearts with his finger and puts them back on.
I'm an otaku.
Is this a Kojima production? Like, what are...
If it was, there'd be more fire whales and guys who psychically control one of your controllers and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, also
Pretty
Jesse
sure
would be
that's
naked
Steven.
and standing in the rain.
Right. And it would be for reasons that my body only soaks up moisture through my skin like that.
Yes.
And I can't drink
Yes.
water.
Listen, are
Right,
you
yeah.
slandering Death Stranding right now? 'Cause I'll fight. I love that game.
Excuse me, that was Metal Gear 5.
Yeah, that was Metal Gear
Slander?
5. And her ability she has to wear a bikini because she soaks up moisture through the rain.
I've never played 5. I've played all of them except that one.
If
The
Jesse
fuck are you all
were
talking about?
So extremely ugly.
And
that
I
he
am like-
always had to be fully clothed. That would be criticizing Death Stranding.
Right. If your whole body but your beautiful face had aged, then that would be a criticism of Death Stranding. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like the tight leather, like vinyl outfit that you wore made your body look like super hot.
Right.
Until you were naked.
Right.
That would be a criticism of Death Stranding.
Yeah.
How dare you? Second of all, her physique and contours never changed. It's just she aged. So the
Rapidly.
leather suit makes sense because it's hiding that her skin is wrinkled. And also her name being fragile and her physicality being fragile, the depth
her
that
being
has,
the owner of a delivery
influence
service.
that has, the man's heart being broken,
Right.
the influence that has.
He lives
the
next to a heart
artistry
crater,
that
too.
has,
Yeah.
the poetry that has.
Hmm.
I'm not arguing with y'all.
No, I actually love that game.
Can't
I'm just
compete.
giving you a hard time because it's fun.
I love Death Stranding. Actually,
It's very-
No,
It's-
I know.
it's good.
I'm not one of those people that just defends it. But it always makes me laugh when people be like, "Listen, it's really deep." I'm like, "This character's name is Deathman," and they're like,
Heartman. His heart is
"Let
broken.
us rewind to 1987. At this time, Kojima experienced death for the first time, and became." And you're like, or maybe he just named him Deathman, bro. Anyways, sorry, I derailed.
Rick Deathman.
Rick and Deathman.
It's not even like that. It's just like, I am Heartbreak Man. You're like,
Was that your game of the year, Steven?
Well, that was like 2019, right?
I don't know what time is.
Yeah, that was.
I think that came out last year.
I thought it came out this year. Okay, I have no
No,
idea.
It
it
came
was
out on
2019.
Steam this year.
2019.
I think
Yeah.
my
That's what it
personal
was, Steam.
personal goatee for 2020 was Hades.
Goat, yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Because like pristine.
I think
There
this
are-
game is my game of the year.
You know-
Sunfall Cycle.
This is why, so like game of the year stuff is always kind of a problem, and it's something about like indie games in particular where like Hades deserves all the credit it deserves, but it does kind of suck when a game is clearly game of the year so early and like just so evidently that it just overshadows every other good game that came out this year that could have been a contender in a different year.
Could have been.
Animal
I'm gonna
Crossing.
say it. My goatee was Hades, but I finally got around to playing a different one, and it beats it out. Sorry, Yakuza Like a Dragon, game of the year every year.
I have heard
Mm.
that
fantastic
game
things.
is so fucking dope.
Saloon says Yakuza Like a Dragon. Fantastic game.
I like the idea that
I worked
was
on that
so
game.
dope.
plays video games while we're gone. She just only plays people's.
There's
game of the
actually
year.
a
I have a
second
voice
floor.
acting part in that game.
There's a second floor to this white tower, where like above the forge area. It's just her gamer den.
It's just her gamer.
Good for her.
Yeah.
No boys allowed.
There's nothing to do on the moon when everyone's gone.
Maybe that's why she's
She's
so
got- she's
excited
got-
when we come back.
She's got fairy lights hung behind her stream setup, and like it's like that white with the like purple lighting.
Yeah, she's got those glow panels, those pyramidal glow panels
But
on
she
her
doesn't
wall.
Yeah.
play any real-time games, so she can make herself available to us whenever we come back.
Yeah, she can pause
Right.
whenever she wants. She doesn't do
She has to pause.
multiplayer.
She really focused on React content.
Yeah. Most of her videos
Hold
these
Hold on, guys, we'll
days.
be right back.
Yeah.
It's all react to deaths in the Sunfall Cycle.
Let me
There's
rewind.
also
This is when
like
she got
a-
eaten by rats. Rewind.
What if she's just playing us and we're the characters and she's streaming this?
There's a
Oh,
Saloon
what,
reacts to
man?
Leander reacts to Saloon reacts to
What,
Leander
man? What?
reacts to Leander unboxing his book.
And then there's a video of Crendor reacting to all of that.
Wait, what, man? Are we like? Is she
Yeah.
playing us, man?
I would like to point out at this point, I am not responsible for the derailment.
In a way, I think you
I
are.
have to just say.
In a
We all
way.
need to share responsibility.
I'm also
Yeah.
really sad Jeff isn't here because
I know.
like
Oh
we
my
would see the
God.
forehead vein, right? You know what I'm
Jess is-
talking- y'all know
Oh
what
my
I'm
God.
talking about. Y'all know what I'm
Jeff-
talking
He
about.
would have quit this show so long ago.
Jeff's desk would be broken because he put his forehead through it.
Game, God.
Boom.
Jeff,
Crack.
no, you know what? Jeff would go out of his way to make a whole nother show that he hosted on his channel just to talk shit about us doing this show and the way we do it.
He'd be running D&D and he'd be like, "Oh look, we're on episode 20." And we've
I
already
need a
got
whole show to
covered."
explain how bad they are. force me to do this. I bought the moon shard. I'm done shopping.
Cool.
Do
My
we
my
get
name
the
has the
spells?
little green checkbox that says like ready to deploy or whatever.
Did we get the spells? Did we see this? The
I've readied up.
icons.
We need the spell icons.
Yeah, we need to spell icons.
Don't ready up yet. We don't know what those icons are.
Mhm.
All right, I'm sitting there pressing the ready up, like
No.
turning it
You're that
off,
guy
turning
who-
on.
Yeah, I was about to say you're turning it off, turning
And
it on.
you can hear my
Yeah.
mom yelling in the Xbox live.
Mom, I'm busy.
And I have a
with my
bird for some
friends.
reason. Like you didn't think it was super common, but apparently this lobby.
All right, so we've got Alter Self, Sleep Storm, Darkness, Jump, and Blindness, Deafness.
Oh. Wow.
Wait, darkness might get us through that church.
Mm.
Couldn't we just cast darkness and then just go through?
Darkness, I think, creates like a sphere of darkness, 15-foot radius sphere.
Oh.
So if someone were like looking, they would be able to see it. They'd see that there's a sphere of darkness, but
Mhm.
they wouldn't be able to see you.
I mean, if we do that in a church, they'll probably be afraid. They'll back away. They won't touch it, right?
True, definitely. A creature with dark vision can't see through the darkness.
We
and
could blind all of them.
Can't illuminate it.
Even at our current, even at my spell slot level, blindness I think would only blind 3 people at a time.
It's an area,
Let's see.
right?
Is it? I thought it was
Yeah.
like 1 person, and then when you use a
Oh.
higher level slot, it's like 2 people.
Blindness
3
is.
people.
Yeah,
Blindness is, but darkness is an area.
yeah. Bronze has it right for blindness. Yep.
Yeah.
You can target 1 additional creature for each slot level above second. So you've got 4th level slots right now, so you could blind 3 targets.
It's pretty sick.
I think I'm gonna grab Alter Self for just, Saracaya
RP reasons.
chicanery. I feel like that would work for something,
Cool. That's 2nd level, so it's 100 gold.
I actually was
Okay.
thinking about darkness and then casting it on the priest and seeing what the crowd does. I thought that would be
Oh yeah, that might lead to some.
Oh.
Yeah.
shenaniganry. Yeah, I'm thinking shenanigans.
Darkness will block all spells that require line of sight, which are a lot.
Imagine a priest shrouded in darkness. Hilarious. The crowd would go nuts. They go crazy.
Hilarious.
They go crazy. They'd be like, "Oh no!" Right?
Does
and then
that take a spell slot or a thing?
It doesn't cost a spell slot. It doesn't occupy your mental space
Yeah.
for spells. It almost functions as like a one-shot wand. You use it, and then the item disappears, and the spell is cast.
Okay.
These are all also bonus actions. You can just bonus action spell, and then do whatever you want with your real action.
Okay, here's a classic question that I'm pretty sure you've told us before, but we don't handle spell icons for a while now. Can I cast a leveled spell on a real or will it have to be a cantrip? Like, classic rules is like 1 leveled spell, 1 unleveled spell.
So
With the spell icon, how would that work? Since it's like a wand, could I do a leveled
Like a
spell and
consumable.
an icon, or is
I
it like
think that
cantrip? And
I would rule this that you can spend your action to cast a spell, because
Mhm.
your bonus action is actually consumed activating a magical item, which happens to be a
okay,
light in its effect. So yes,
gotcha.
it's not you casting a spell, so you can cast a leveled spell as your action.
Cool. Well, so I'll grab Alter Self, and I'm also thinking of grabbing Jump.
That's only 50 gold.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. What is this crazy? But could I theoretically cast Jump on something and then smack it with an Eldritch Blast and have it go 3 times as far? Or is that like crazy talk?
So, that's fun enough that I would let you make an Arcana check to see if you can manipulate the magical energy to extend it that way.
Okay, I'm buying jump.
Cool.
I have to just for
Yes.
the shot at it, just because I think that would be
Yes,
hilarious.
that makes me so happy.
I think like DC for manipulating a spell to do something related but not strictly in the letter written is probably like 12 plus the level of the spell.
Okay.
So for jump, it'll be like Arcana check 13.
Uh-huh. I just think that would be really funny to send
amazing.
somebody back 30 feet with one hit.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm done shopping, and I think I've deducted my gold.
We ready?
I'm going to take 3 moon shards of healing.
Cool.
We need anything for strictly for exploring, y'all? No, we're just gonna be taking our normal notes like we normally do. So nothing magically can help us, right? Any spells we want to prepare that might help us? For those who have a million spells.
I was gonna be like, I don't know her. I am. I do spell prep. What's that?
Yeah, I try to.
We should ask Leander to research something for us.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, we need to go talk to him. I can't remember what he was looking up for us before.
I don't think we assigned him anything because we went. Oh, Leander's in the observatory. That's why he hasn't done any research for us. He's waiting.
No, he's definitely here.
Didn't we leave him in the tower?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, he'd be doing this type of shit.
He just looks at you and says, "Is there something that I can do for you?"
Aren't you supposed to be researching the planar scope in the tower where we left you?
Let's see. The last thing I think I found in terms of research that you asked for him to perform was rumored locations of the Darkling mirrors.
Oh.
That sounds right.
And y'all have access to this, right? Like, this is the this is the text that made you realize that Leander might be more than he appeared. But the rumored locations include the Great Throne Hall of Astafon, the Catacomb Ossuary, the Floating Spire Observatory, and Queen Tanith of Ur's visiting chambers, and the Nizoon Godhead, which incidentally you have found. But you didn't ask for further research. So if you'd like to ask Leander to look anything up for you, then let me know.
Didn't we have a list somewhere of things we
Probably.
wanted him to research?
I know we had a
Pepe
running list of
Sylvia,
ideas.
Questions to ask. Has Astafon changed dramatically in his time as king? Ask Irman. Oh, that was for Irman.
I have a
Who built
couple
the
of
planar?
things written down, I think. Okay, here we go. I have written down in all caps question about where is Archbishop?
Where's Archbishop Glowick?
Yes. Because I think when we were listening to the cultists talking, they mentioned Julian Tavernius, who's a high priest of Ozzy Dahaka, but they were also talking about Archbishop Glowick's plans. And I think we were like, oh shit, we need to subvert whatever plans he's trying to put out, because we've got like 3 different factions trying each their own thing, if I remember correctly. One faction is like, I know what we're going to do. We're going to kill the sun and make it a necro sun, a necro celestial. And the other faction's like, we're just going to have Dahaka swallow the earth. And then the third faction is the dust of the earth. And we met their leader, and they were preparing those fly potions to go into the capital city. But I think we couldn't figure out, like, she was really rude to us and she wouldn't really tell us what her plan was, you know. But I feel like that was the that's like the three main entities kind of at play here. And one of
And there's
those
sort of an
entities
unknown in
is like,
King Aptophon.
yeah, because the Dahaka followers are like actively getting moited. By Astaphan's beloved, because Shadow Sarek was slaughtering them. I don't know if he was slaughtering them because he was asked to, or if he was slaughtering them because he was a crazy bloodthirsty person. But he seemed to be acting on the orders of somebody. But there was those people hiding down in the catacombs because they were getting just gibleted with those blood-stained arms of his. Like, they were getting wrecked by Sund down there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the annoying Dusty the Earth lady's name, but she's the one with the viewing lens.
Yes. So we're gonna have to. Or no, she gave it to us. I convinced her to give it to us. Yes. So we have the viewing lens. We convinced her to give it to us. I think I may have.
What did we convince her? What did we give in exchange for that?
I think she was just like, God, here, yeah, sure, you want this? Fine.
Yeah, because I
Okay,
remember
good.
Yeah.
I annoyed her, and Bronze convinced her to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
And Kara tried to be like nice to her and tried to like be like, hey, we're working towards the same goal, but she was like really rude. So then I went bad cop and I roasted her and how inefficient her operation was.
Persuaded her or something.
Yeah, I was like, you don't even know what to do with this shit. Yeah. And I do. So just give it to me. Like, you're playing with a toy that you don't even know what it does. And I kind of just called her stupid, I think. And she was like, okay, fine. I don't know what it does. Here.
Kind of right.
So I'm looking for an item, and I don't remember it, and now I feel like I'm making it up. Isn't there an item that like gives you a long rest?
Yes.
A short rest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Crystal of Refreshing at the very bottom of Maine's Hollow list.
Ah, okay. Oh yes, there it is. Perhaps we should grab one of those.
That also reminds me, we can just buy Flux.
I was thinking about buying one of those.
Like,
do you want me to just grab a... Oh, wait.
right?
A Crystal of Refreshing is 15 arcane. Do we have 15?
We have
You have 16.
Oh, shall we get one?
Yes. 100% yes.
Especially if we're exploring this way, we can feel comfortable burning something if we need to.
Yeah. Do you want me to carry it?
Yeah.
Super cool. Put a Crystal of Refreshing somewhere in your inventory.
Yeah. I select ready again.
Got it. Yeah. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Chunk. It's a really like meaty, heavy sound in this lobby of this game when you hit ready. Yeah.
I imagine that's the sound that your helmet makes when it goes on your head. It like barely just fits. It's a little too tight.
Maybe there's like a class
like the vacuum
class.
seal.
Yeah.
Hey, gang, question.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at my character sheet, for some reason I have two. Maybe I'm reading this wrong, Steven. Do I have two poison resist rings, or is that just confirming that one? Should I
Weren't
give
you
that
carrying
to
them
someone?
both around?
It sounds reasonable that you probably have funneled both of the poison resist rings into one person.
Yeah, should I give one to someone?
You can't benefit from having two.
Right. So I feel like...
Yeah, you should.
But it was given to me for reasons I can't remember. I'm like...
I think you were holding it because we had to carry so much shit at one point, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then who wants to poison resist?
Do any of us have poison resistance? I think I have the highest HP, especially with my wild shapes, so I'm probably not the most in need of that. Kairos, do you need poison resistance?
I can't. I'm maxed out.
Mm.
I'm maxed out on attunements.
Yeah, I'm also maxed out on attunements.
All right, well then I guess I'll take it.
Great. I'm going to have a poison resist ring.
Thanks.
Take a moment.
Can you guys remind me what I have these scrolls? Mord's Faithful Hound. What was that?
Sounds dope. Let's find out.
Animate Dead. What are these?
Oh, Mordenkainen's faithful hound summons like a spectral hound that attacks anything within range of it for as long as it's cast.
Nope.
And then
Okay, well, we have those, I guess,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, you conjure a phantom watchdog.
Oh, we also have gaseous form.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We could use that to sneak too. Should I sell some of these ermine gloves? Can I just sell these to Maine real quick, Stephen, and make some room?
Yeah, do you have
I just want stuff.
have you noted how much they're worth?
They're 250 gold. I did
Turn
that.
them into gold.
Thank you.
do any of the hold up. Do any of them have the ritual tag?
Any of the spells?
Any of those scrolls that it has? Because if it is a spell scroll and it has a ritual tag, I can actually spend a day writing it into my book of secrets and just have it forever. I mean, I have to cast it as a ritual, but you know,
It
like
doesn't look like either Mordenkainen's faithful hound.
I was
or
thinking more of
any-
gaseous form, but I don't know.
Let's take a look.
I have a potion of fly and dust of choking and sneezing.
That seems on brand for you.
I have a fire breath
Thank you.
potion and a growth potion.
Gaseous form does not have the ritual tag.
Okay.
I'm also going to sell this porcelain vase carved with not work for 250.
Cool.
I have so much crap
Maine
in
just
this
like
bag. I have
takes
so
it
much random.
delicately from your hands and then tosses it up into the air and then swallows it with his other mouth.
I'm rich.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks. All right, now I'm actually ready.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Amazing.
Ding.
All set?
I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Cool.
Here we go.
The four of you focus your vision upon the smooth, placid surface of the reflecting pool, and with a blink of an eye, you appear within this incense-smelling, dimly lit chamber where the floor stones are all shattered and cracked, but there is no longer a portal to the cadaverous cavern. There is a large double door at the far end of this chamber, with like tapestries hanging down in front of obviously quite intricately carved oak wood. And there's a ladder to the left of the door leading up to a smaller sort of like access door, probably 20, 30 feet off the ground.
And these tapestries are like weird alien eldritch stuff, or are they like Astafani?
They're like the serpent, like pointing downwards, like the sinuous form of the serpent pointing downwards, and at the bottom, the mouth is open, and there's like a small
Dahakan.
black sphere. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all didn't ask for any research from Leander.
Oh shit.
Do you
That's
want to retcon that real quick, or?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what to ask?
Can we ask him about Archbishop Glowick? Like, what is his role in what he knows about him, so we can ascertain like what the hell he would want, or where he might even be located?
Yeah,
Because I'm sure he had some place in this town before he became a cult leater.
He
right?
grumbles and says, I'm not a spy. I'm a researcher. Fine. I'll do my very best, but you have to understand this isn't my primary focus.
Maybe it would be better to ask something else. Maybe it would be better to ask the Astafon question.
What's the Astafon question?
I think we wanted to know if he's like immortal.
Yeah,
If
the
he's gotten
question was,
older.
Yeah, has Astafon changed dramatically in his time as king? Is one that we had.
Yeah, we wanted to see if he had gotten younger and sexier, because in other accounts he was described as a shriveled old man. Who we saw was like Jason Momoa, right?
Right.
I think you asked Iramon if he had changed in character, and she was like, "No, not really. Like I didn't notice anything major."
I mean, we also went to the past, so maybe he's like a shriveled
Oh,
old
these-
lumpkin now, you know. But
Yeah.
I call all your creatures lumpkins. I don't know. That's well. What do y'all want to? What do you think we need to know to? His jam is like what, mostly Arcana type of stuff.
Is there anything we don't know? We want to know more about?
I mean,
I'm not asking, do we know
Yeah.
anything you want to
do
know
we
about
know
what you
we
don't know?
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oops.
I'll say this: I am very concerned about the body we were inside
Yeah, can
and
we find out
about the
Yeah, what was
cultists
that?
near the
What was that?
giant skull.
Let's
I think
That's
find
a
out
great
about the
question.
body
What
we were
the hell was
inside
that?
of.
yeah, especially because we activated that
What body is
skull
this?
and it gave us respec ability and it gave us a reclass, the ability to reclass. Like there is the giant Nazoon skull is concerning to me. Like that is concerning to me because if somebody gets it in their head to wake him up, I want to know if that's like GG or if that's like do we need to worry about that? And then right above him, essentially, there's like a giant spear that's supposed to be rezzing something.
Yeah, let's
So,
ask
like,
about
that's-
that.
Those both of those are like
Y'all took the spear.
we could show him that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we
let's ask him what that is
broke the
about the body. The
I
body.
remember now. We broke the portal that was making it bigger, and then it became normal size when it was pulled out. And I believe I have that
Yep.
because I think I shot both of them and grabbed it. I was like, let's get out of
Nice.
here. I remember.
So what the hell is up with that dead body we were inside of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
That's a good. Yeah, that's better. So I'll say yeah, and then I'm gonna show him the spear and say, this is being used, I think, to revive something. We want to know what it was reviving.
Yeah.
And I think you can tell us about this, and then just put the spear in front of him.
Cool. He takes it from you with like 2 fingers and like,
Hmm.
oh well, yes, that's very pleasant. I will take a close look at this. Thank you. I will have more information for you when you return. And then you look at the pool. You teleport over into this strongly scented incense, dimly lit, braziers all around room where you slaughtered those poor 2 defenseless, ritual cultists.
I slaughter them again if they're there again.
They're still dead.
Oh, sweet. Cool. I was gonna pop out of the portal and just do it
You
again.
just turn over to
Just
their
ready to
corpses
go.
against the far wall.
I like the idea that we don't just magically appear like to the audience. We magically appear from the lake to where we are, but we're actually in a little elevator, and it's
Yeah.
like. Do, do, do.
Remember, no Russian.
Always like looks back and is like, I'm blasting them. It's like, ding. It's like, oh, not again.
They're
The
still
elevator
dead.
doors open and Ready Steady Go just starts playing.
God damn it.
Yeah, awesome. So here you are. There's these double doors, ladder, doorway up atop. What do you do?
Well,
The
Probably should
double
go check out the double
doors,
doors, right?
go to the church, and
There's
then the
another way
ladder
we
with the stairway at the top. I think we haven't gone through.
No, that leads you to the rafters,
the raft. Yeah,
Wait, so
But we
what
should-
are the double doors?
the church.
the floor level of the church.
Oh, gotcha.
So the rafters
Let's take-
then.
Yeah, let's take the rafters.
Okay.
Let's avoid the masses.
What's our marching order again?
This is gonna be bad. This is
Is
gonna
it
be bad.
Kara Sarakaya?
Uh,
Kessa?
Shouldn't
uh,
Sarek be up front? He's the one who can like go up a little head and like spot stuff.
Attack. I was good in the front when we were in the woods. That's why I was originally put in front.
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't
like
mind
when we're
staying in the front, but
yeah, like
I don't know that I'm useful.
yeah.
The most useful up there. but
Yeah.
it's.
No, I mean,
telling
this
me
isn't a
there's
dig at
something
you,
right to
Jesse.
be
Like you're just genuinely useful to spot stuff. You have a
if you don't want to be in the front, I'll be in the front. I don't care.
yeah.
Just-
If I once again have to step up and be the hero, so be it. I will.
this is why he does this. He makes
If
a big deal. So he
I
can
will go
make
in
it
the
a
front
thing.
just
No,
so you
no,
don't-
no.
No, you
I
know
will
what? I'll
once
do
again.
it. No, I insist.
I'll once
I
again
insist.
save
I'm
us all.
imagining that Sarek is protesting like halfway up the ladder while like sticking his butt out to the side. Oh no, I shall do this. I shall
Don't
sacrifice
worry, I'll
myself."
do it. For you, because you asked so nicely, I'll do it.
All right.
I'll do it. Look at me crawl up this ladder. It's so hard.
Oh my god.
I hate it. Oh, I'll do it.
All right, Sarek. You crawl your way up the ladder. There's
I'm
Kyra,
so
Saya,
heroic.
and Kara. And we need a Sarek. Characters. Sarek.
So
If I'm behind him on the ladder, I wait till his foot is about to come down on one of the rails and I just punch it.
I'd like to roll dodge.
Everybody's fully healed themselves and everything, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Like,
I
very
like
good.
to roll.
Cool. Then I shall
Athletics.
drag thee over here.
Oh, they're majoli.
Ta-da! Here you are, looking across these worship hall rafters. Now, some 30 feet below you, of course, there is, a worship hall with pews and like just a sea of people looking to the left on this screen here, down over towards where Julian Tavernius is flanked by a couple of enforcers. He's sort of addressing the crowd, his voice ringing out through the cathedral. Let's see, what's he saying? Yeah, come, siblings of Dahaka. The Archbishop has gone to the catacombs below to burn the annals of this accursed land. We who are left have a sacred duty. Come, imbibe the refined blood of Dahaka. Awaken to your true purpose. Even in death may we serve him. And like the worship hall, the people who are gathered here are just eating this up. They're all like enraptured, and like some of them are speaking in tongues, and some of them are like fainting, and they're enthusiastic.
I want to see if this shit is really blood of Dahaka.
He's not holding like a cup or anything, so
Okay.
He's maybe being metaphorical about that.
Okay. I thought there was like an actual like communion wine or something, but okay. I want to see if
All
there's
right.
like drugging people.
Let's not get caught up in the hullabaloo. Remember, we're looking for the book of the last theorem. So wherever we think of these books will be stored.
Well, obviously in the reliquary or the library or the research halls.
That's a lot of places.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
on.
Well,
Well, I have a good sense for these things. I've spent a lot of time in libraries.
Just so y'all can see what the floor looks like below you. It looks like this.
That's right. Just dozens and dozens of people. But
Yeah,
each
so,
one of
like,
those
over
represents
here-
wave
10.
of people.
There's
Each one-
Julian Tavernius. Each of these large men represents like 10 people standing in a cluster. This is a horde of worshipers. Yeah.
Oh, worshipping clicks.
Okay.
I get it.
What is this yellow circle here?
Where?
On over here?
Previous map.
Previous map. But
No, on
No.
this map.
On the far right side.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh.
yellow circle.
I see it.
probably an error on my part.
Okay.
Well,
Those dudes
well,
look different too, though. Am I correct in that assumption?
Let me just take this circle. The dudes look different. You mean the dudes at the door?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, why? What? There's too many circles.
I love how these other bad guys are so little. They look like they're the babies of the big one.
I'm here to stop you from weaving.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna get you.
All right. So we need to. There looks like there's a door behind everybody.
Yeah, right
But
over
then-
directly
so
across from us.
Off to the far right, there's a door, and off to the far left, there's a door.
Well, we're looking for some sort of reliquary thing. So
Leroy Jenkins.
I mean, churches have those. Churches regularly have books. I just don't think they'd have a theorem. So I'm not that interested in searching this place at this time.
Where can we get to from where we're at right now, though?
The easiest one would probably be right behind Julian Tavernius.
yeah, but we don't know.
Would I
where
be
these-
able to use locate object, Steven?
You have to
let me
have
take a
seen
Yeah,
look.
we haven't seen.
Um,
Yeah, we don't know what the book looks like.
Yeah, but we know it's a book, right? So I could
Yeah,
just
you have to describe or name an
locate.
object that is familiar to you, and I'm afraid that Alizar's last theorem does not count.
But what about if I just am like, are there books here?
It has to be a specific object. Yeah.
Fine. Okay, then yeah, we probably don't want to look for it. So what do you guys want to do?
I say we leave the church. I don't think it's in here. I don't know why. I just don't feel like this is a science-based religion. I think we should see what else is in the area.
Yeah, so let me see. Like these yellow circles here all around the map, they are chandeliers that are hanging sort of adjacent to the rafters. Clearly, the rafters are actually a space to like access and maintain the chandeliers.
Mhm.
There are breakages in like the rafters themselves, so you can see these here. There are two doors far down to the right where each of these rafters meet the wall of the worship space. There are small doors that lead, onwards somewhere, but those are the only places where doors exist. But other exits from the room include a door behind Julian Tavernius and a large door at the far right end of the hall on the worship floor level of the space.
Well, let's just go across, y'all.
Oh yeah, and the other
Yeah.
two things that you notice quite quickly, Sarek, is there's a dead body here lying on the rafters.
Where
and
is that?
Also here.
Is that what these symbols are? These thingies right
Yeah,
here?
these little like flat, lumpy symbols. They're dead bodies.
Gotcha. I want to go investigate those for sure.
Cool.
Okay, so here's my theory.
Okay.
What if you went here,
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
here, 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 and then walk out?
Oh, there's no door down here.
There.
Sorry.
Oh, there isn't?
Poor map making skills. The rafters here dead end into the stone wall of.
Oh, which? I mean, I'm sorry. Could you repeat which one the doors are on?
The doors are to the right, all the way down here.
Am I not seeing? Where are you clicking this?
I'm not seeing where your cursor is at all.
Yeah.
Is it not adjusting your cameras to look at the spot that I'm
Shift ping.
No.
I've been doing that.
No, I don't see it.
So I have no idea what you're pointing at.
Are
Maybe
you
I,
are you pinging on like the GM layer?
I am. I was.
Oh, okay. I saw it now. Okay.
One more time?
so-
There we go.
Yeah, I was pinging on the GM layer.
Okay,
There we
but
go.
I mean, same principle still works, right? We could still go down here, up here, over here.
Yeah, I'm a
Absolutely.
little worried about why those bodies are dead though, and we're gonna. It's like some sort of like laser beam scythe trap thing.
Yeah, like if an octopus with a 1,000
Yeah.
pound weight was
But,
up here.
But that's
That'd
why
be
Sarek is
awkward.
going first.
True.
Yeah, I'll go look. You don't even need to come with me. I'll go do it myself.
Yeah. Have fun. I
Awesome.
wave.
The rafters are narrow. As long as you're moving slowly, there's no problem. But you can tell that if you were exerting yourself, then keeping your balance would be a challenge.
I will roll my stealth skills.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me a stealth check.
I am the stealthiest boy. I need not fear.
Not bad.
Well, it's creaky wood. It's whatever.
A lucky level 1 thief could achieve the same result. Do you have a plus 12 to your stealth?
That's what it says there.
Pretty good.
Holy shit, bro!
Pretty
All right,
stealthy.
You drop into the shadows and begin slinking your way along the rafter. And that is where we will take today's 5-minute break.
Okay. All right. Let's switch back over to this screen. Let's take our sweet little break. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back in like a hot sec. Boo, 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 boo.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. We're back. Let's jump into this thing. Wow.
Meow.
Wow.
Meow.
Wow. Okay.
Speaking of
Love
which,
that
is
guy.
Sheriff okay?
Her?
Yeah, she living the dream.
She's fine. She's doing
Yeah,
great.
perfect.
Look at her. You good, dude? Yeah. Yeah, she's great.
She's keeping watch, like those watchtowers in Frostpunk, because she's the
watching.
sheriff.
Yeah. They're stuck. They live in our bedroom now because Cece is interested in chasing them. So they can't all live together. So they live in here now. It's the sheriff's greatest point.
Shall we navigate?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my rolls, how'd I do? Am I
Let
fine?
me find out.
15.
Let me find out how you did.
Talk to us, Steven. Give it to us straight. Don't hold anything
doing-
back. We
You're
can
doing that
handle
like
it.
Assassin's Creed fast walk of like the one foot in front of the other like step as you're like going over these things.
Assassin's Creed is the
What I'm
most
talking about?
difficult game to play, and please agree with me. Doesn't it just make you feel unfit and pathetic when you play? Like when I was playing Valhalla, I was like, "What am I doing with my life? Look at Eivor. She could beat
I
a
was.
man to
Climb
death."
mountain
with
into-
a-
Nobody
with
has
a-
an upper body.
I often.
I know, but it makes
at
me feel
Eivor.
so pathetic because they're not superheroes. When I play Kratos, I don't feel that way because I know he's a god. These are like normal people that are just like
She's not
jacked
normal.
and fit and can run on a
Impossible.
railing. This
Avor's not
and jump.
normal. Don't pretend that.
It's impossible beauty
When you
standards.
start having those visions, then you can start
She's
being like,
blessed by Odin, bro.
yeah, come on now.
I
You
would
can't-
let her to beat. I would let her beat me to death.
Do you even
I
get
just want
blessed?
that. I want to
Yeah,
go on
are
the
you
record.
even blessed, bro? Come on.
Wow.
Do you
I
get
would
blessed,
let
bro?
her. beat
Our
me
bro's
to
not
death.
blessed.
I'm pretty sure if a wolf tried to rip my throat out, I'd just die. I don't think I'd get
Yeah.
stronger.
You wouldn't be wolf kissed, you'd be wolf throat ripped out.
Can I tell
Oh,
you?
yeah, I remember.
So many
That's
shows
bad.
have kids. Was that like a frequent thing?
I for a wolf throat ripped out. Ah, she was a good one.
Yeah, like, did people really go out dying to wolves that much?
No, it's just like quicksand and shit where you're just like, you thought
Yeah.
there were dangers that you're going to have to face much more in life than you actually do as an adult. And
This
getting
is-
your throat-
Quicksand
this
not
is,
treacherous?
I mean, it
this is
is,
like
but
the
like,
six-year-olds
you
of
just think that it's
2020.
going to happen all the time.
Quicksand. They're gonna be terrified about wolves.
You do?
Ripping their throats out.
They
Yeah.
warned us about quicksand, but they didn't warn us about black ice, which is like the real fears.
Wait,
No,
what?
and that's
Wait.
how I got a concussion, my third one. People need to know. That's what they need to teach you about. Wolves
Black
getting their
ice.
throats ripped out. Quicksand.
Indiana Jones going like, oh, that's black ice.
Learn about black
Dun,
ice
dun, 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 dun,
and pee
dun.
after sex. Those are the lessons we should be
Yes.
learning through our favorite
Yes.
adventurers.
Oh,
Those are the real
Indy, hold
dangers.
on. Let me get a condom. Right? Like that'd be
Yeah.
right. That'd be a
Yeah.
great moment. Like you got to be safe, Indiana Jones. He looks at the camera. He's like, "Wrap it up, kids." Like, thanks, Harrison
Dude, no,
Ford.
it can be so, can you imagine James Bond? He's like shaking. He has like a cool condom holder, like somewhere in his suit.
Bam,
He has
bam, bam,
a
bam, bam, bam,
condom
bam,
house.
bam, bam.
Like,
Like all
It's
these.
dope, dude.
That's just Austin Powers.
At least he practiced safe sex.
This is awesome.
Wrap
Have
it
you
up.
seen my condom held up, baby? Oh.
Bam, 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 bam.
No, I didn't get a concussion during sex.
Oh,
Why does
that could have been a
no,
sticky
I got a
situation.
concussion slipping on black ice. What?
I didn't get a concussion.
You know
bro.
what?
Sex.
That'd be a hell of a way to get a
No,
concussion.
chat is like, wait, how did that happen? No,
I've
no,
never
I
done
got a
that.
concussion on black ice. I was having sex on black ice, and that's how I got a concussion.
Wait,
And with
what?
black eyes.
Even doing Austin Powers is sending me for some reason.
Do you hear my girlfriend over here telling me how awful this is?
No, it's awful in a great way with the whole
Oh my god.
So, Jesse, Tarek
Yes, sir.
balances keenly across these beams. Describe for me what you're doing to keep yourself hidden here, right? Because you're like
crouching down like a sneaky boy, but it's also I'm basically trying to make it so Sarek operates under the stage rules, and that if you can see someone, they can see you.
It's true.
So he's attempting to hide himself from sight based on the stage rules: stage right, stage left. Don't get seen.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
You're also looking for traps because he's smart. He didn't say it, but because we all knew that that's what he was doing.
That's his instinct.
Yeah, always look for traps.
Always look for traps. You slip your way across the beams over towards this dead body, and you reach it and you see that it has like a hefty belt pouch attached to its waist. It looks like one of the worshippers from down below, sort of like brown robes, like cowl drawn up over the head. It's sort of like lying awkwardly on this thin balance beam that you are balancing across keenly. But it looks like its chest is propped up somehow. It's lying face down. What do you do?
Can I examine?
Like its dead hand is still grasping tight to like one of those long candle lighters that are used in religious services
to light probably the candelabras.
Exactly.
I would imagine. Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything carefully? I want to check and see if there's any sort of just visually, if I can tell how this person died.
Yeah. Give me investigate. Well, I guess this would be like perception. If you want to like handle the body and check it more thoroughly, that
I don't want to touch it yet. No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me perception. From what you can see, which honestly isn't much, there's no visible reason for this person to be dead from like his face down position where he is right now, but he's not breathing. He's collapsed. There's clearly some rigor mortis that has set in that he hasn't dropped this candle lighting implement. He's definitely dead, but you don't know why.
Would I recognize this rigor mortis to be similar to the guys from the previous room?
Well, they weren't dead.
Right, but they had that like, I'm basically dead. Yeah.
Welcome to Brisbane.
Yeah.
That effect looked more like the strenuous channeling of potent arcane energies, rather than anything caused by like some shortly before death syndrome.
Okay. Can I I would like to continue checking for traps, but move on to the next body.
Okay, you're gonna just head sort of like back and then down and over?
Yeah, down to this body over here.
Cool. Give me a perception check for checking for traps.
Check for them traps. Hey.
Yeah, totally. So like generally speaking, like a quick scan of like the rafters up here. There's nothing visible that you can see. You also don't see any like runes or like magic inscribed on the how would I describe them? Like the shafts of wood that make up the rafters. There's nothing like inscribed on them. They're not carved or ornate in any way. It's pretty clear that, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it seems like there's no traps in around anywhere, but let me just double check something. Okay. Yeah, there's no traps.
I'm worried that you had to double check that, but okay. Yeah, I will continue on, and when I get there, I would like to visually examine this body.
Yeah, so this one is very different. Same sort of brown robes. Again, there's like another hefty like belt pouch at the waist of this person. But this man is sort of like splayed out on his back and has clearly dropped whatever he was holding. And a single shaft of an arrow extrudes out from his chest. And the feathers sort of splay out. They're black and green.
Do I recognize these colors?
I think not.
Okay.
I think that Sarek pulls it out the way Legolas does in that scene, and Moria says, "Goblins," and throws it on the ground.
If I did that, there'd be like 100 people below that'd be like, the shit?
Where did the arrow come from?
Goblins.
Someone say goblins? Guys, you hear someone say goblins?
I was just always impressed that he knew what a goblin arrow looked like. I was always like, okay.
Admittedly, if you look at the way things are in Lord of the Rings, goblin everything is like, we put it together with toothpicks and metal. Can I examine the belt? The heavy belt?
Yeah, the pouch rather.
Yes.
Right.
Around his waist.
Yeah. Okay. I need to grab from the GM info overlay. Yes, you find this contained in the belt pouch.
Wow.
Can I safely take that without any issue? Like I
You
want
wanna
to make
drink
sure.
the
That's what I'm
potion with
asking. Like I want to make sure before I touch any of it that I can do anything with it. You know.
So you don't see any traps. You see nothing that looks dangerous, except that this man is dead with a crossbow bolt through his chest.
Certainly.
So I think that's the answer that I have for you for like, can I take this safely?
Great. All right. Well, I'm not going to touch any of it then. And I want to then continue looking for traps along the way, going like up this way, and then across to. There was an exit here. You said yes.
Yes, there's a small wooden door.
I want to keep looking for traps to that door, and at the door itself before I attempt to open it and see what's on the other side.
Yeah, like, do you want to grandfather forwards your 19, or do you want to like make a new attempt to see if there's anything on the door specifically?
By grandfather
normally when you're like, yeah, I rolled a stealth 15, yeah, I'm checking for traps at a 19, like I'm just like, okay, for the duration of this scene, that's your result. But if you're like, no, I want to take a moment, focus myself and try again, I'll let you roll again.
I mean, I feel like a 19 is good enough for traps.
Yeah.
So I'm not too frustrated.
So yeah, you don't see anything along the rafters, and indeed, you don't trip anything as you're walking along them. So it seems like your keen eye has served you well here. You walk down below and you see a number of worshipers sort of move forwards and kneel down in front of Julian Tavernius, who puts his hands on their heads and gives them some sort of blessing and benediction. And then they all turn and they walk towards the back of the hall. As you get to your current position, these worshipers approach the 4 people who are standing by the doorway here. And you can see that these 4 people all have a glowing rune that's like hovering just in front of their forehead. That's unusual, but none of these people notice you. The 4 down below open the large double doors and let out this group of 10 worshipers or whatever. They leave out into the large hallway beyond, and then the 4 enforcers close the doors once again. While all of this is going on, you're checking the door for traps, and as with the rafters, you find nothing. It looks like just a standard sort of like attic access door. There's not even a keyhole. It doesn't even look like it can be locked.
Yeah, I want to like attempt to open it slowly.
Okay. You are also, so like while you're looking for traps, you're generally perceiving. You are also listening, because that's a thing that you do when you're perceiving. I can tell you a little bit about what you heard beyond the door.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I think you hear sort of like the wet slap of a sword biting into flesh. And you hear something go, and then you hear a thump, like a collapsing thump. You hear hushed whispers of people like talking to each other in stern tones, and the moans of someone who's gravely injured.
Come get us.
Yeah, Sark is just like, oh no. I want to do another thing though. Before I go back, can I, using the same 19, come this way? I just want to verify, is this door, does it lead to the same area? If I listen through it, do I hear the same sounds?
So like obviously the sword hitting flesh and shrieking moan are gone, but you still hear like the whispered conversation. Scarmody flarshes. Farnagadazas.
They
right,
playing Sims?
whispers.
Yeah, exactly. They're playing The Sims back behind the door.
All right.
It's Zog Phenomena.
Yeah, that's what they're whispering to each other.
Yeah, all right. Then I will go back to the team and let them know that the two bodies, one, I cannot tell how it died, but there is a belt on it, and it probably has the same loot as the one that I can tell how it died, with a bolt through the chest. There are no traps, at least that I detected, on the path to exit, but on the other side of the exit, someone be swinging a sword. There is a dead ass person, possibly, and there are at least more than one people who are whispering to each other on the other side.
Well, if this is the only door, then we only have one option. We go through it, we can go loud.
It also appears.
Mhm.
It also appears that the people below are slowly filing out. We could always wait. I realize there's a timetable, but you know what? We can always just screw with the DM a little. I feel like that could be fine. What's it gonna do? Kill us, please?
What if I just disguised
I like waiting.
myself as one of the cultists and just walked in and just saw if it was safe for us to go in?
Can you do that?
With the spell icon, I can. Normally, I can't.
All right, then yes. I say this is a lovely idea.
Okay. And I just crack the skull icon and do that cool thing from the craft where I just like I'm like a whole new person.
That's the best.
I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
And she just like does this, and she's just like, her face is different.
Spinning.
Yes, I would have preferred Sailor Moon, but whatever. We each have our own.
Don't draw any attention to us.
When have I
She's
ever
floating
done
in
a
the air.
Sailor Moon thing?
Imagine if you did, though. This would be the time.
Yeah. So I changed my outfit and my face to look like one of the million people that we saw, who looks fairly unremarkable, hoping that they don't recognize me.
Yeah.
And then I just grab Marshmallow and hand it to Kairos and say, "Here, take my snake." Okay.
Kylo.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go through the rafter door.
Are you proceeding stealthily?
Yes.
Please roll.
Oh gosh. Okay.
It's still good. It's still good.
Okay, so move yourself along the rafters in what the path that you would like to be taking.
Oh, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So
That's
I'm.
great.
What?
I was moving grid.
Oh, and I'm already all the way over here.
Oh, wow! Well, okay.
Wowie.
That's an impressive. Do you pause to like inspect any of these corpses, or are you just like on your way to the doors to see what's in the other room?
Yeah, I'm on my way to the doors to see what's in the other room because of what Sarek described. I assume he's looked at them, and I don't.
Are you keeping a cautious eye out, or are you just focusing on your destination?
I'm keeping an eye out because there's dead people here, and so I'm assuming something killed them.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh, that is not my strong suit. Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
You see the same thing that Sarek saw, which is that down below these enforcers guarding the door. And you can actually see that there are a couple of enforcers scattered within the crowds down below,
Mhm.
but they each have this rune hovering above their forehead. It looks vaguely familiar to you, but you can't quite place it at a glance.
Oh, continue on.
Awesome. Yeah, you head forward.
Problem for later.
You hear the same sort of whispered conversation beyond the door.
Mhm.
Do you just open it and walk through?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Then here is what you see.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Let me grab your character token. You can see this, right?
I just see black, which is
Yeah.
scary.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
You should see a little bit of light, right?
No.
Not a bit.
Pitch
Really?
black. Yeah.
This well, it was pretty funny. We were like, this is what you see. This is just a black box.
It's a sensory deprivation chamber.
Just soak into the salt water and relax.
All right, wait, hang on.
Terrifying.
We just like do this. Bloop.
Holy crap.
What's
It's more
this?
frightening when you go bloop.
You can always test it. I think you can like hit a token, hit Control L, you can see what they see. And if it
So
doesn't-
weirdly enough, when I do that to Bronze's token, I see that she is seeing things. So it's strange to me that she is actually not. Yeah, let's just wait. Now I'm hitting Windows keys. Control L. Yep. Right.
I don't see anything when I do it.
What is going on? It's so weird.
Is it because I don't have dark vision?
No, because there are actually light sources in this room. Yeah, so like I'm just gonna have to describe it to you because I can't get dynamic lighting to do the thing that I want it to do.
Yeah.
Kind of like what? No, that's what? Oh my god. All right. Anyway, the room that you're in is dimly lit by a number of braziers that burn. There are shadows being cast everywhere because there are a number of what look like bookshelves sort of all over the room. There's like 3 of them right in front of you, and then like another couple of rows of them. Deeper into the room, you can see that there's like crates and like piles of metal and candles that for a moment look very strange until you realize that they are chandeliers, which could be hung in the worship hall next door. There's coils of rope and things like that, but the most arresting and immediately strange thing to your sight is that in the middle of the room there are 5 Dahaka enforcers, each of which has this glowing rune hovering in front of their forehead. Standing around, 4 of them seem to be arguing with one of them. The one who is arguing is standing the furthest away and facing in your direction. None of them notice you yet because they're all heavily distracted. And as you look, you can see why, which is that in the center of the room, there's this long snake-like creature that is like 30 people fused together with arms and legs bristling in every direction. And at the front of this body, there's just like someone's head facing directly forwards as opposed to sticking off of any kind of neck. Some of the arms that are hanging off of this creature are holding weapons, for example. There's also a horde of worshipers that are sort of milling around and not doing much. The creature in the middle of the room is thoroughly dead, bleeding from a dozen different wounds and also smoking. The room smells like charred flesh as you
I have
look
to ask.
the ruin. Yes?
Do those wounds look familiar? Are there little eldritch blast marks? Is that the broken avatar we murdered?
So it is. Give me a an investigation roll. Yeah, you take a moment and there's a moment where you're like, is this the fucking thing?
Mm-hmm.
And it is clear that is not the same one.
Oh my god, there's more than one?
But
No,
it
I'm like,
is clear that it is another broken avatar of Dahaka.
fuck balls. I say psychically to myself.
Yeah. And I think as you psychically mutter "fuck balls" to yourself, and you hear a little snippet of the argument happening. Let's see. Yeah, someone says, "Yara, we are too far gone. We must remain dedicated to the cause." And the one who's facing in your direction says, This is not what I worship for." And that, I think, is where we're going to have to end today's session.
Not that
We're
time.
drawing close to our hard cutoff time.
Yara.
Okay. Well, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. No worries. Okay. Well, that's it for this crew. But we shall return next week with, I assume, some sort of foul monstrosity that will destroy us all. Anyway, let's go around this screen. Britt, what's going on with you this week?
I don't know. Now that you ask, I'm not really sure. Nothing, I guess. I don't know. I'm just taking it day by day. I'm gonna take my dog to the park this week sometime, and maybe try to do some creative writing. I don't know. I'm just trying to ease into the new year, man. I'm just trying to stay non-anxious. So
Gotcha.
That's what I'm doing this week, is trying to keep my anxiety away and take care of the people around me. And I hope
Good call.
everyone else is able to do that too. And thanks for hanging out with us. I don't know.
Chat says next week the boss will be Black Ice, Quicksand, and Concussions.
True.
You know what? I'm
The
such
real
a fool.
killers.
I'm such
The
a
real
fool.
killers.
What am I doing? Brett,
Oh God.
I asked you what you were doing this week, and I just totally... You take a little bit of time off, and you forget what the show's really about. Fan art. All right.
Hey!
Yay! Pull it up.
So we have, first off, to start the day, the infamous Messy Mox looking fabulous.
Yo!
Wow.
Oh my God, Jesse! I swear to God, I'm so excited to do this with you.
Oh, sweetie.
We're gonna have so much fun. This is beautiful.
Messy
That's
Mox
amazing.
looking incredible.
It's so good.
Then, at the Pack Bruno, or El Paco on Twitter, made some amazing art. I don't know if you've seen this stuff. It was tweeted out while the show was going on. It's our introduction.
Unfucking believable.
But wait,
Oh my
there's
God.
more. It's some idiot in a helmet staring down spear throwing statues.
I love it.
And of course,
so cool.
the garden on the moon, which
Isn't
is beautiful.
that I have like PTSD looking at that. That's where those rats
Right.
ate
We
me.
were stuck there
Yeah.
for so long.
Oh my god, this is so pretty.
Right?
I love that, like, the mental image of these spaces is so strong that just looking at the drawing, you can be like, yep, that's Win. And then,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
that's,
It's so good.
I love it.
And then the time that I got sat on,
Henderson.
Hender. What's up, Hendy?
that's a very good
That
one.
was a
But
fun one.
then Tara,
Isn't that when we got electrocuted in the
yes, that
It was a
is
bad time.
I think that was the one where I was like, just eat my friends and let me take the tear.
you're
And he was like,
"Fuck them."
okay.
Me hendies.
And it still counted as a level.
Oh, Hendy.
So
Oh my god,
this
what is this? What does it say?
What
Look, it
animation?
says- the door to the plot lies before you. That's Steven. What do you do?
Sounds like me.
And then Eric says, I'll go first. Sorry, Hugo left. There you go right. And Kara, back us up. And then we all come in like badasses.
And then T-Rex.
Oh my god.
T-Rex is the crazy eyes.
But then I said that's not how this works at all. That is, I messaged them. I was like, that's not how we do things. And so we got an updated version where it says, the door to the plot lies before you. What do you do? And it says, we just remove the plot.
I love the sparkles next to Steven's face. They are not.
Yeah, the Steven
You give
sparkle.
the handsome Squidward energy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the lips.
And then
The
chat, of
mouth.
course, has plot loot. And so
That's amazing. Loot.
loot.
I loot the plot.
And that is some of the amazing art from today. All right, sorry.
It's beautiful.
Steven, what are you up to this week?
Oh, let's see. I am actually up to a lot this week, and you all definitely want to know about it. On Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central European Time, I am joining one Co-Carnage and one DJ Wheat in discussing the first book of the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson, also titled The Way of Kings. You should definitely show up because it's going to rule, and I can't wait to see you there. The following Saturday, which is not the 9th, but the 16th, is the next episode of Pawns and Patrons, tentatively titled The Fall of the House of Duday.
Ooh,
So, hope you'll all check that out as well.
very
Yeah,
nice.
you're in the swamps. That's such a good title for it.
Boo. All right. Bronze, what is going on with you?
The usual, man. I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, enjoying the ever-living crap out of it. I just love when I play a game, and I just love it. It's so rare. And this series is very close to my heart, and this one made a lot of changes from the previous iterations in the series, and I love when those changes happen, and it's a great transition and not like a bad one. So that's been fun. I'm not streaming today, but I am streaming the rest of this week, and yeah, I've got a Cyberpunk Red campaign I'm working on for I Need Diverse Games. I have some NDA writing projects in the works that I can't really talk about, but I'm excited to announce soon. And yeah, I think I'm mostly going to be working on, I know, branching out into YouTube. Who do I think I am? But that's what I'm working on. So yeah. Follow
Who
me
do
on
I
Twitter.
think I
Sometimes
am?
I post funny things.
Ew.
I'm coming for Jesse's bag.
You know what? Someone has to. I need to pass
Coming
the
for it.
torch.
I'm going to be the new Jesse Cox. Jasmine Cox. Oh, that just sounds like we're married.
I should be so honored. One day. Fingers crossed. All right. Eric, what's going on with you this week? Moving on quickly.
You know it. You know me. My Pendragon. My knights. My drama. It's me. I'm also working on a sci-fi game. I want to get off the ground. I literally want to launch. So I've been working on that, and I need some playtesters for it.
Yeah, Eric, I'll do that. I saw your note in Discord.
Jesse, what's new with you?
Me? I mean, I can't think about much else than the fact that I have to prepare to be a goblin today. I do another D&D thing every Wednesday where we're all everyone's a goblin in the entire campaign. And look, can the story arc for my character is he killed everyone he came in contact, then got really high, doesn't want to kill anyone now, then became a drug addict, then got so high he developed like another version of himself, and now he's basically Golem. That's what's happened. So now every time I do this, I have to be 2 characters in one character, and it's a lot of work, and I wish it hadn't come to this, and I just want everyone to know I am stressed out by it.
That sounds really hard, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You wouldn't know anything about that, Steven, being multiple characters and having to like keep up. Yeah, I mean, I know you wouldn't get it, but it's
the Vampire the Masquerade nerds are like, listen, my Malkavian had 17 different souls living inside of them, and they had to feed each of them, and all of them had a different feeding quirk. And you're like, sorry, you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's so
Tell me
dedicated.
more about your vampire.
It is it's really dumb. I purposefully would kill NPCs just for fun, and it got out of hand, and now here we are. So, goblins. Don't ever just make a whole campaign of goblins. That's the lesson here. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good one. Bye, everybody. Boop-a-dee-boop-boop-boo. Jasmine Cox.
You know, where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze. We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze. Not enough time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze.
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC, what are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
Yeah, now sing music.
Bring the strippers and booze. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. You got